this is one of the reasons why our skin complexion has turned. Because if you look at a baby, when a baby first born, our children, first and foremost, they come out, you'll see green patches over their body. And then as they get more and more adjusted to the light, then you'll start to see the patches fade away. But the reason why if you search up foods that has iron in it, one of the things they're going to show you is meat. Kale, I mean, not kale, spinach. And spinach is a hybrid, but they're going to show you meat. They're going to show you all the things that are now on the get the fuck off this planet list. All the things that's on the get the hell off this planet list are what has iron in it, and that we have been putting inside of our bodies.
Right. I see a good question here. Will we go back to magnesium people with the sun and frequency change? Good question.
Yep. Yeah, you hold on. Let me just say this to you.
Yeah.
I want all my brothers and sisters to understand something. People, the one thing that the universe frowns upon is laziness. Mm-hmm. The universe frowns upon that shit. Ignorance and laziness. So if you think you're just going to sit back and I'm not going to put in no work, mind you, some kind of work, whether it's gardening, whether it's you when you out in the community, you just say, hey, listen, this is what's going on, this was going on in your time of passing, because that energy is permeating throughout the universe and everyone is being watched. Don't do it out of fear, do it out of righteousness. Mm-hmm. Don't do it out of fear, do it out of righteousness, because then you're going to be watched even more. I done showed you plenty of videos of spaceships just showing up right around the sun when I'm recording the sun. I don't call on them, I don't worship them, but they understand righteousness because they look at the color, not the skin. Mm. It's a color that permeates off of your body when your heart chakra is in tune.
So they look at the color, not the skin. That was deep.
They look at the color, just like animals in nature. That's why you see some people, bees come around and they great sting, and they like, ah! And then some people, bees will come around, they just look at you and then they'll fly off, just like dragons. Look at you and then fly off. They're amazed. They looking at you like, damn. And then they fly.
Wow. Damn. Oh man, family. I know y'all enjoyed this build today. Let's see. Let's get to the next question. Don't give me these long questions, y'all. Just give me a question. Y'all be writing paragraphs. Just give me a question. All right. What's the interaction going to be like when our cosmic family shows to planet Earth?
Oh, it's going to be, y'all going to think we killers. Y'all going to think they fucking killers, man. I swear, you going to think we killers, bro.
Wow.
You going to think we, I'm going to tell you why. Now, let me just say this to you. Can anyone disagree with me that children are being abused on this planet and children are being abducted, using as sex traffic, organ harvest? Can anybody disagree with me? Because they even show the statistics that 8 million children go missing damn near a year. So no one can disagree with me with that, right? So now listen, we don't see that on a day-to-day basis. You know why we don't see that? Because we're in our natural communities in our neighborhood dealing with the things going on, so forth and so on. Imagine what they are seeing. Imagine what they are seeing.
The bird's eye view. The bird's eye view. Yeah.
the raping in the alleys, the raping in the villages. Just imagine what they're seeing. The unnecessary shootings and killings for no fucking reason. What do you think they gonna see it? You know how much you think you have to meditate and do shadow work? What the fuck you think they doing looking down here at this bullshit? How much shadow work you think they doing? This is why this was not an enslavement. This was an embarrassment and a test for the golden race. The embarrassment is that your brothers and sisters are looking down here now, just like right now. They hyped up. You know what? I don't now knock anyone for this. Transgender. You see how much they are pushing this to our children and our people? Why they're doing that? Tyler Perry got his Hollywood studio over in Atlanta. Now Atlanta look like the West Coast. Come on, man. Y'all don't see this? This is a setup to keep the embarrassment going, to make your brothers and sisters look down here and say, you know what? Not near one of them is worth saving. Clean this shit up. Simple as that. But that's not going to be the case. That's not going to be the case. So I want to tell some of us gonna look at this and they're gonna be like, yo, this pure, you're gonna think our brothers and sisters pure killers. Pure killers.
Let's get to one more question before we get out of here, family. All right, let's get to this question. What other physical changes can those who are doing the real inner work expect to see in our avatars, as we continue to push into 5D frequency and beyond?
Besides becoming more self-aware of what's going on and being hungry to learn, and having more compassion in your heart and more loving towards people, you're going to see things like your skin. Like when I go outside in the sun, you see, like I roll glitter, like I roll my arms in glitter.
Yes.
You can literally see glitter in your skin. Also, my hair. If you go look at my video, you can go look at a part of my hair. At certain points, my hair look red. Your hair is starting to change. You're going to see colors and stuff in your hair. So these are the things that are starting to happen with our race that you can literally observe, and you can check it out on your own, see for yourself. And people that's in the comments that's been outside and sitting under the sun, just turn your arm to the side and just look at your hand and your arm, and then see, you be like, yo, that glitter? You be sitting there thinking that's glitter on your arm. That's not you. You're crystallizing. Your soul is coming back to the forefront.
Yeah, I swear, I used to tell my girl that years ago, I was a street vendor and I was outside. I'm from Harlem, so she think I'm just being cocky. I'm like, yo, I don't sweat, I sparkle. And I'm like, yo, I see I don't sweat. And she think I'm just being arrogant, but I'm dead serious. I'm looking at, because I'm sitting there, I'm outside working, and I see this shit on mine. I'm like, yo, I sparkle, I don't even sweat. Yo, so when y'all started saying that during the social media, I'm like, yo, I've been saying this for a while. I just didn't know how to articulate or elaborate on it, but I'm glad that y'all elaborated on it now, because that's some real shit that's going on. Like we looking like glitter out here, and we like I'm like this on my skin. I'm like, hold up, you know what I'm saying? It's yo, family. This brother's important when he's studying the sun. There's some real shit going on right now, family. So don't think we not just on here bullshitting. There's some real things going on, family. Real,
yeah, no question. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, and one of the reasons that y'all gonna know that there is a climate change bill that's trying to be passed. And I want people to look at something and pay attention.
Oh man,
they said slavery started in August in 1600s. I just want my brothers and sisters to pay attention to the month of August all the way up until October, even towards the end of the year. But just pay attention to what's going on around I don't want you to pay attention to you ingested that you are in fear. That's not it. And their world is done. Their world is done. Their job, this is what their job is. Now that their world is done, is try to get you to commit suicide or kill your brother. Because if you do that, what happens is you will not pass into the realm of absolute. Now, there is a difference though. Let's just say, again, they're going to orchestrate some stuff, whereas though that we ain't gonna have no foods, power might be out. Let's just say you're defending yourself and it was their life. That's something completely different. But I'm talking about people that are willingly waking up every day that said, I can't wait to go outside and do some shit. You will not go anywhere. You will be right here. You will be right here.
Man, oh man. Kali, it's been a pleasure doing this interview with you. We at the hour 30 mark. Listen, tell the family, I mean, whatever you got. If you got a website, if you got social media, whatever you got, tell the people. You got the Cash App. Tell the people how can they get in contact with you and get more information from you, my brother.
Oh, no doubt. Let me pull up this real fast so I can share this share this screen. Let me see if I can share this screen. I showed people my YouTube channel. Let me show y'all something. I'm inside of my body that we can pull this out together, though. We can pull this out. We can get through what they're getting ready to throw at us. There is nothing that they can throw at us that we can't handle collectively. Collectively. They done gave us everything during slavery individually. They separated us. They separated us stock market. They poison our children. They beat you down, woman. They beat the black woman down so bad when she gave birth to her child. She's the only woman that ever assassinated her child because she did not want the child to experience. I am not telling my brothers and sisters this or trying to remind you for you to create anger inside of you to do something violent. I want you to create the passion inside of you to want to learn, to want to learn. And then when you want to learn, then you want to give that information to your brothers and sisters because this is an important time for every melanated carbonated being. This is a very important time for us. So where do you want to submit yourself in this world or amongst the stars? Love yourself and value everyone else. In the moment that you see no more value in that individual, value meaning that they're not receptive to what you are given and they're not reciprocating, then you need to cut them off, man, woman, or child. And this is what the age of Aquarius is going to show us. It's going to show us how to let go and not to hold on to excess baggage. I value you, brother. Thank you.
Talk to them, brother. Thank you so much, my brother Kali.
You're absolutely right. Her readings are so insane. I have to schedule time with her now. But her classes is what she's really putting this effort into now, these chakra classes. I mean, you go to a website, you go to my website, occultlectures.com, hit her website, which is samedimassage.com, SAMEDIMASSAGE.com, message, samedimessage.com. And yeah, her chakras, her readings, and they speak for themselves. Her classes, she's becoming an entity within her own. And soon, I know we have a schedule of her and myself together to do something with you too, Brother Rich.
Indeed.
In the near future.
I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait.
That's going to be a big deal. And like the only thing holding us back is her schedule is so crazy with so many readings, because once they pile up, she's, it is what it is. So, but yeah, we look forward to that too, coming up and doing our thing.
Yeah, I was telling you, Panic, just to start out with, before we get into the name of the show is The Occult Technology of Power.
Okay.
Those who run around this world and act like they control it do so through occult methods.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's, people always talk about Hitler. Hitler was obsessed with the occult.
Yeah.
Obsessed with the occult. The Nazis obsessed with the occult. So we're gonna go into the occult and what it really means tonight. But before I do, like I said, when I started out, when I just got on the stream with you, I want to thank you. Brother Panic contributed a video. We got the 7-day Kundalini meditation happening starting September 11th. And when I tell you this, I want to say this dude, but I want to say this nigga, because there's so much emotion attached to it. This nigga
really?
Panic
I don't even remember that shit.
Bro, he don't even remember it.
I have no clue. Damn.
Bro, that's what you call possessed by the Holy Ghost.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
no.
We was definitely possessed by the whole. This nigga, listen, family, I'm sorry, pardon the language. This nigga went in. So,
really? Damn.
Thank the Holy Ghost for possessing Panic to produce this video. But listen, family, we're gonna have videos from Panic, Dr. Phil Valentine, Billy Carson, as well as others, along with a 7-day live 11/11 meditation, Kundalini meditation. My blue pill is going down. I just posted the link. Make sure y'all sign up. This is the investment you all want to make. But the brother Panic, there's a lot of things you said interesting yesterday when we did the pre-recorded video.
Right.
And the people who sign up, what it is we're gonna go live every night for 7 days, but there's instructional videos from Brother Panic, Dr. Phil Valentine, Billy Carson, and a couple of others. We're gonna get some sisters in there, but right now we got the 3 kings in there. But we're gonna probably get 3 queens and 4 to make it a 7 videos. But one thing you said, Panic, that stuck in my mind was that you was like, since the Betelgeuse energy hit, it's much easier to do the inner work.
Oh, yes.
The inner work that people was having problems with before, it's
Right.
easier now because it's
Right.
a different light hitting this planet.
Right. So that's the first thing. The first thing we have to be clear on the definition we know, but let's highlight that knowledge and light are the same thing.
Yes, sir.
So when people's biggest uniform problem with meditation was the knowledge on how to do it, really. Even though they had the intellectual instruction, sit down, sit like this, do it like this, don't do that, breathe like this, close your eyes, look over here, and wait for that. Even though they had the intellectual thing, it seems like that inner knowing was the lacking. Because after they did the motions, none of them said, I know I was on point. I've never heard that. I've never heard somebody say, I read the book on meditation, and as soon as I did it, bam, I was all over that shit. You know what I'm saying? Never heard those words. Always hear, am I doing it right? Is it this and that? So in other words, even if they have step-by-step instructions, it always seems like something was missing. So light and knowledge are the same thing. So this illusionary thing that we're watching out here is just a map of inner things opening up and things that we have access to that are being shown to us. That's just the movie screen that we see above our heads. And then on that screen, there's a star in Orion's belt. And for those who don't know, Egypt, Kemet, their central system of, I don't want to say worship because it has such a dirty connotation on the word. Their central system of science revolved around the Sirius star system.
Yes, sir.
The 3 pyramids on the Giza Strip are lined up with 3 of the stars in the Orion constellation called Orion's Belt. So their chief deity, which the major mythology is surrounded around, is Osiris, which is the same name as that center Sirius sun, or that center sun in the sky. All the other suns revolve around this sun. So the Kamites said, this is the origin of the universe. This is where we're from. So in this very important constellation that the ancients put a lot of intention on in the area, this constellation in the Sirius star system, the Greeks called Orion, or the Orion star system, or the Orion constellation. And it's Orion the hunter. So in the hunter's shoulder, there's a star called Betelgeuse. It looks like Betelgeuse, but it is pronounced Betelgeuse, I'm told. Well, YouTube tells us, as YouTube tells us, that it is still pronounced Betelgeuse. And as we should know, they did a movie about the symbolism of this star in Orion's shoulder, in Orion the hunter's shoulder, called Betelgeuse. The name of the movie was called Betelgeuse. And so, you know, it's no accident. Twice in the movie, they referred to the character Betelgeuse with the spelling of the star Betelgeuse, which looks like Betelgeuse. And so they made it clear that they're referencing that star. So when we went back to watch the movie, there's a lot of symbolism in it. First of all, the house is representing planet Earth, and it's representing the upstairs represented the astral world where these people were now stuck, and downstairs represented the world of the living, the human, where the humans are. Fourth dimension, if you will, if we had to put numbers on it, represented where those worms were, and these spirits could not get out. So in order to get their house back, get back in control, they were going to call Betelgeuse. And Juno, which was the creator role aspect.
Who created logic? Let Google do me a favor and Google who created the idea of logic, God.
Let me Google
I
that
know
right
who
now.
was. Yeah, I want you to Google it for everybody in the class today in the university. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to your university too, God.
Yeah, hold up. Before we answer that question, since we got 2,500 people in the building right now, I want to give a shout out to this brother once again. I want to thank him for coming on. One thing, since I was young, my brother, real young, 5 years old, I've always had reoccurring dreams of cosmic war. Always.
Right.
By the time I reached about, I don't know, probably what? Once I got, 10, 11, you start getting interested in girls. You forget about everything. Basketball.
Right.
I left basketball alone. I left everything alone then.
Right.
But in my adolescence, but before my adolescence, when you're just a kid, I always had reoccurring. I mean, dream after dream after dream after dream of just cosmic war. So when I hear brothers like yourself, Delbert Blair, and others, I don't know to what extent y'all are on point with everything, but I do know that there's truth to what you are teaching. Because, like, there's no reason why I should have had those dreams. I'm talking about for years on end, where I just wake up and I'm like, well, damn, ain't nobody going. My mom was she was a Christian, but she was in the Farrakhan. But at that time, I thought she wouldn't understand. So I'm like, no need. I'm seeing all types of shit in the sky, and I'm just like, I'm just keeping it within. Right. So when I hear brothers like yourself, I know this shit ain't just all far-fetched. So before we continue, I just want to thank you once again for having and I see the trolls in the chat. I see y'all and in the chat or whatever. But there's a high level, if there's such a high level of information that's hidden from us, family, we might have a heart attack if we really found out who we are. If we find out who we are, we might just have a heart attack and pass out and die. Because we be like, oh shit, what the it would just shock and amaze us about everything that's been hidden from us. So I'm interested, my brother. Thank you. I don't know what was the last question. I think I asked about where the ancestors go. Did you finish elaborating on that?
No, I ain't finished.
Okay, yeah. So you can finish elaborating because you talk about the phases of matter, and you talked about the different ancestors. So go ahead, my brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you good, God. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as like our ancestors, the physical ancestors, they go from the physical state immediately to the gas state. So when they leave the physical state, they pass through the liquid state up into the gas state. And then when they get to the gas state, that's when, when people say, oh, I saw a spirit, or that's like the gas realms, right? That's like the gas realms when you even can see them, because when they reach the plasma energy level, you won't even see gas. You won't even see an outline, an apparition, or anything, because it's simply a form of energy vibrating way too fast. So it won't even take on any form, and then it just goes up and up. So eventually, after they pass the plasma energy realms, they go off into the into the quantum realms and to the etheric realms and on up throughout the cosmos. And then from there, it's just about trying to break past the realm, because a lot of souls get lost in the light. So like the moon that we see that we see at night on this planet is not real. It's actually a holograph image of the real moon. So the moon that's being seen here is literally uses the light to lure souls to it. And when souls go toward the moon, you have a group of scientists on the moon that works on they have a base. When they speak about the dark side of the moon, that's a real thing, because the moon that we see is not real. So what these scientists' job is, their job is to capture those souls in these little energy containers. So when they capture the souls in these energy containers, they bring them on board the ship and they bleach the soul of his memories. And then once they bleach the soul of his memories, because the whole purpose of bringing the souls on the ship is to erase the lifetime it just remembered. Because all of that stays with your soul. So what they do is they bring on and they bleach you. Because once you break past the realm, they call that death, but you really just transcend the realm. So when you transcend the realm, all your memories rush back to you of what's really real, right? And you at that perfect place of peace. This is the peace that people feel when they say they had these near-death experiences. they feeling the release of energy because you're releasing from the physical state through the liquid and on up. So it's gonna be the best feeling because you going back to your essence. Like you heavy down here, you in a body, right? You heavy. So the release is like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I see him take his last breath. I seen her take her last, but it's the release of energy. So what's happening is you got these scientists and their job is to keep certain souls circulating and like back to the planet as opposed to of souls breaking through from the cosmos. So what they do is they'll grab as many souls as they can lure into their light, bring them on these little ships and these energy containers, and then they'll bleach the soul of his memories. Once they bleach that soul of his memories, they'll shoot the soul back down to this realm. So when they shoot the soul back down to this realm, the soul comes back to this realm, and then it has to find a body. So it skips the organic process of picking its parents, because the organic process is for you to be at home on Xylanthia or whatever your home planet is, and then you sign up for your soul contract to come here. And once you sign up, then you pick your parents, and then you have to wait for your parents to meet in this reality, and then they meet, and once they meet, your father passes the seeds or your body to your mom, and then that body grows inside of your mom. And when that body is ready for you, then you go and descend into that body, and then that's called birth. That's really what happens. You get what I'm saying? So with them understanding the science of us, that's why they put the moon there, and they teach you, or they use religion to teach you to go into the light, because they got you thinking the light is heaven. So when they taught you that, they're just preparing you for transcending this realm. It's like the biggest form of slavery. Harvest is called soul harvesting, because they really harvesting souls with the moon. And once they bleach you and send you back, now you got to start all over again. And then you're not coming back here organically from the cosmos. You didn't went through the moon base, so and got sent back. So it's not the same. You might go into a body, or you can go into an animal, you can go into anything, because you're gonna need just energy. You're gonna need a body to go into once you hit this physical realm.
So they hacked the computer simulation. Is that would you say that?
In a way, you could say they got it, because see, this is why people got to come out of religion, because okay, you remember the prayer? It's how we back to magic. Remember the prayer? Now lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord to keep, and if I die before I wake, I pray that my soul. Right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a spell. All spells rhyme. And when you sit there saying that, you thinking it's a nursery, that's a spell. And as a child, you didn't say that every night, probably, or you taught your child to say that, or you was taught to say that. So you basically gave your soul to the Lord. Who is the Lord? Satan, right? Satan is the Lord. You know what I'm saying? People got to understand that religion is Satan is he's Jesus is Satan and Jesus. He's both. So these are spells that you cast over your soul. When you transcend the realm, you're supposed to be light, so that you can shoot back up to the highest form of energy. If you heavy, right, with anything on you, it's gonna make it harder for you to transcend the realm. Now, you got this moonlight, and if you've been fed religion, your soul been eating religion your whole physical existence. When you transcend this realm, you're gonna see that light and think that that's the light to heaven. So you're gonna float to that light. Not even knowing you finna go right back to experience the physical experience again. And believe it or not, it's a lot of souls who they lived here 8-9 lives because they've been steady going through that moon camp. It's like it's not just an attack on you physically, it's a cosmic attack on you. That's a cosmic thing. And then you got other souls that break past that, they don't go into the light. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the souls that they sign up to come back just to fight. You got the other souls and spirits that don't never take on the physical body, like Orishas and principalities and primordial energies. These beings are true intelligence, but they never take on a physical body.
Who's that you got in front of you right now, my brother? Who's that?
It's Obatala.
Obatala, okay.
Obatala, yeah.
Indeed.
Yep, Obatala, one of the Orishas. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we should know that. We should know everything pertaining to our arts. But like, if it was Jesus right here, we'd know that. Or if it was,
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? If it was Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? We'd know, like, oh, that's Muhammad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're
right.
That's
Buddha. You know what I'm saying? Like, He meditating in his belly big. They gotta be Buddha. But like, yeah, we should know the black gods too. You know what I'm saying? Because these are the gods that was here before they gods. You know what I'm saying? We gods. And when you can understand we all gods, then it's like, okay, so I understand why we saying peace, God, and God is in, yeah, like you really a God. So you really the creator of everything you see and that you don't see. Ain't no such thing as death. You came here, manifested yourself in this physical form to be a part of this war right now, because we at war right now. It's a real war going on. Like, it's been a cosmic war going on forever, because ever since the war broke out with our brother Zeus, ever since he turned his back on us, we've been at war with him. He split the whole cosmos, so it's been a good versus evil. He didn't just take like the gods and goddesses on this planet with him. He took angels with him. He took extraterrestrial races with him, like a lot of Arcturians, which is another extraterrestrial race, like a lot of reptilian species and the Pleiadians. These were all good. At one time, we was all together. You know what I'm saying? So when that split took place, what they call that war in heaven, when that split took place, it was a cosmos thing. It was a cosmic split. And what you have today is that war still going on. You know, with over 200 other galaxies involved in this cosmic war. And then now this cosmic war is coming to the surface. So you see it manifesting all around you in the physical now. You know, this is why the where we at right now, we have to get back to magic. We have to get back to sound bowls. We have to get back to crystal healing and meditating and going within. You know, we got to get out of going into books. Everybody should do what I do. They should be meditating and going within themselves and bringing their own truth to reason, because this is how the ancestors work. Everything you need to know is in you. You got to trust yourself though to bring it out of you though, you know.
So what's the end game for Zeus? Is Big Mama going to forgive him and it was just one big family fight? You know what I'm saying? It was just one big family fight and all's forgiven, everything that happened in the cosmos. What's the end game for Zeus, you think? Because Zeus is family.
I mean, yeah, but it's fucking though. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the way I see it is, although I know that Zeus is our cosmic family because he's originally one of us who turned on us. And even if a person never heard it that way, if they ever believed in religion, they should be able to understand that Zeus or Satan was an angel. So if he was an angel and you're part of that kingdom, y'all from the same kingdom, right? So even though we from the same kingdom, Zeus is Zeus. He'll never stop being who he is. Like, that's who he is. That's how he made it. That's what he wanted to be. Because if that's the case, the cosmic war could have ended energy cycles ago. Because we don't have time and space, but we got energy cycles. So it could have ended a long time ago. But you know, Father of pride, he created that reality. You know, we create our own realities. Now he created jealousy, he created pride, he created that, and those are realities that he loves, that he dives in. Even now, with the war being where the war is at right now, it's over with for them. He still ain't finna he's still fighting all the way tooth and nail, all the way through and through. He not giving up. He not slowing down. He's not letting up. That's not who he is. You got to remember, Zeus is a god like me and you. So people got to understand, we are fighting other gods. We not fighting no weak people. We're fighting other gods. Satan and them are gods. They still gods. They are fallen gods. They're with angels. The angels are powerful. As many angels, you got archangels, guardian angels, cherubim, seraphim. There's many different angelic beings, right? The angels is a big family too, right? But at the same time, you got fallen angels, fallen gods that's on his side. And we are powerful ourselves. So that's a big war. You know what I'm saying? That's a big clash right there. You know, when people that don't understand cosmic history, they be like, well, why would God let Satan keep doing that? It's not that. That's why I say you got to get out of religion and get into the real cosmic history of who we are and what we are. This is war been going on for a long time. So it's like, when you understand that the essence of the war is based around him wanting to destroy his own species, and that's what he decided to do, then it's like, okay, well, I see everything else. When you're looking at the physical realm, you looking at a reality that they hijacked from us. They stole all this from us. You know what I'm saying? They once they got the enchantments, the spells, they put all that in motion, and you get what you got today. Even us having to wear cloth, this is a spell. Cloth restricts your energy. Plastic, all this shit around you, plastic, glass, cloth, all this restricts your energy. The food they give us, the signs and symbols they teach us, the words they teach us to use, all those are spells and things designed to hurt you and keep you limited. That's why right now when we talk like that, you probably do, because I can't see the comments, but you probably gonna have people, because they do it on my shit. People get on mine, I'll be talking, people get on there, and I don't never focus on that. You know what I'm saying? Because the frequency up here, this ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the planet coming back to us. It don't matter who the fuck believe that or not. You feel me?
That's facts.
Yeah, the planet
That's
coming
facts.
back to us, God. Yeah, it don't matter who. I'm not here to be believed. We not in the Pisces age no more. The Pisces age is where we just believe shit. I'm here to enlighten and inform. We in the age of Aquarius. This is the age of information and discernment. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to enlighten and inform. I'm not here to make you comfortable. I'm not here to make a motherfucker happy. I'm not here to make a motherfucker believe. I give a fuck what a motherfucker believe. At the end of the day, we gods. This is your cosmic history. This is why you a god. This is how it started. You know what I'm saying? This is what we went through. This is how we got to this point. This is why they on Fox 10 News calling me a violent occultist. Nothing is violent or occultist about anything I'm doing.
What they called you? What they called you?
They called me a violent occultist on Fox 10. Yeah, they did.
Why they called you that? What happened?
But I don't know what happened. All I do is get on YouTube and teach this real cosmic history. That's what happened. And they bitch ass get scared. Because they know, see, with me, they know I'm not just no teacher, I'm a warrior too. So I'm standing on this. I'll never go to jail because I will never let these opposition kidnap me. I'm a god. This is my land. This is my ancestors' land. We created y'all. You feel me? So it ain't shit you can tell me. It ain't shit you can tell my people. But you got a lot of our people out here that they'll go to jail. They'll let them pull them over, give them a ticket and everything. You can't ticket me on nothing on my land. So you got to get to that mindset. Like, you ain't ticketing me on my land. And my nigga, I ain't even gonna keep buying fruit. I ain't even gonna keep spending money with y'all on no vegetation and none of that. This shit grow from the land. I'll grow it myself. Then you grow it yourself, but they want to come lock you up and find a reason to take the little land you got. That's what they do. You feel me? So it gotta be at the same point where we gotta be in warrior mode too. It can't just be me on the internet talking about it. Like, you gotta be in real warrior mode. Like, we wasn't never slaves anyway. We didn't become slaves to the Emancipation Proclamation. Like, it's like they try to make it seem like Abraham Lincoln signed that and freed us. No, he signed that and niggas became passive and we became slaves. Because before that, we was warring. We was guerrilla war activity. Every war was us versus them. Even the Civil War, you know what I'm saying? So these are all further lies, as we lowered, as we fell more and more in frequency, you know what I'm saying? Because we was at a mystic point. At one point, we dropped all the way down to Lemurians and Atlanteans. And then from Atlanteans, we dropped down to Egyptians, then Mississippians, then Cherokee and Choctaw and Suas and Aztecs and Incas. And then next thing you know, now we colored people and Indians. And then next thing you know, now we African Americans and Latin Americans today. Like,
that's a powerful breakdown there, brother. That's a powerful breakdown right there, man. Damn, that's a powerful breakdown.
Back though. So yeah, guy, it's like we on Atlantis right now. But Africa is Egypt. I mean, Africa, you can enter Africa through Arizona. The Grand Canyon leads into Africa. But the fucking ancient Egypt.
The Grand Canyon? What do you mean, like a portal? You mean?
No, it's not even a portal. You can literally just walk through the Grand Canyon and keep walking, and you're gonna come past a pyramid. Once you pass that pyramid, you're gonna be in what they call present day Africa. Damn. This is why they don't let people walk through the Grand Canyon. You can only go so far. It's limited. You can't just walk through the Grand Canyon. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want you to know that you don't have to go over the water to get to Africa. That's a lie. The map don't look like that. And you can touch any piece of land. You can be in Europe on foot. You can reach Africa on foot. You can reach anywhere on foot. We are all one landmass, still connected.
So you're saying we're still one landmass? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Surrounded, we still one landmass connected.
Oh,
all the continents still connected.
Are still connected,
and we surrounded by one big body of water. And then that water is surrounded by an ice wall. That's what we at right now. That ice wall is called Antarctica. You know what I'm saying? That's how the realm look. And then we got people on the other side of the ice wall. and its continents and more land. They call them Lemurians. And then we got another ice wall and more gods and goddesses on that side. And they all are like us. It's us. It's us. Just like on the spaceship. Like, and when you start seeing these spaceships and the gods and goddesses getting off the spaceships, and you gonna see us. We gonna like, damn, you thought you was gonna see some green people hop off. Don't get me wrong, we are green, blue, and red and different colors too. But you gonna see us. You gonna like, damn, that's us.
Are,
You know
are
what
those
I'm saying?
are
Yeah.
those different ice walls the equivalent to different planets?
No,
Or
it wouldn't
no?
be like so. Like, okay, so the ice walls are just really put there, because when they first came here, we was like, okay, when the war broke out over our planet, our ancestors was fighting with them. So a lot of us was those ancestors, right? Because you got to understand, it's the same spirits and souls, just in different vessels.
Mm.
So this is why we are the ancestors. But that's another deeper level of it. But we was born with them, and they called in the dark elves. The dark elves are the ones that created the sub-zero technology. So this is what cold weather come from, snow, ice, all this stuff. We never had none of this. We are real Caribbean. You know, we Caribbean vibe, like the whole vibe you get in the Caribbean. We tropical. We are tropical beings. You know what I'm saying? So we never had no ice, no none of that. So when they come to our planet and they start shooting, they got these big weapons and they shoot ice at us and snow at us and weapons blowing this freezing cold air on us and shit like that. Yeah, you know, they start freezing us and they started advancing in the war just off the sub-zero technology. Like, it literally was used as a weapon in the war against us. So when you're looking at the walls of Antarctica, you're looking at a lot of the bodies of our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, that was frozen, you know what I'm saying, in time, frozen in the wars. When you look at them icebergs floating through the ocean, them be bones and kneecaps and elbows that froze and just floating. Like, it gets so deep. Like I said, we were giants at one time. Like, we fell so far in frequency because they took all this from us, and it happened over a period of energy cycles. You know what I'm saying? It happened over a period of energy cycles. They call it time, but I'm gonna call it what it is: energy cycles. And we began to drop lower in frequency, lower in frequency, lower in frequency. You know, so we reached a point where we got all the way down, like I say, to what we are today. You know, but that they had to break us down though. Because like I said, if you look at each generation, we had more unity. You keep going back. You go, like I said, you go African Americans, Latinos, keep going back, that's gonna turn to Indians, keep going back, we're gonna be Choctaws and all that. You go back some more, we're gonna be Mississippians. You go back some more, we're gonna be Egyptians. You go back some more, now we Atlanteans and Lemurians. You go back some more, we Anunnaki gods and goddesses. You go back some more, now we just dark matter energy. So like, that's the whole breakdown of us in the cosmos, God. You feel me?
Indeed. So what would be the difference between energy cycles and time? Because you keep saying they deal with time, we deal with energy cycles. Give me an example of an energy cycle that we would understand.
So okay, we can measure energy cycles with the sun, right? So
Mhm.
we could go out, if you still in tune with nature, right? You could go out and look at the sun, and you could be like, okay, if you really watching the sun and how it's moving and orbiting around the planet, you can count the energy cycles off the sun. That's how we move. We went with the sun as far as energy cycles. Now, when you talk about time, time is based around seconds, minutes, days, months, and those seconds can start whenever, right? But the thing is, you got to look at time like this. You really just repeating the same days. So how many days is in a week? They tell you 7. Okay. Now how many days in the year? They tell you 365 if it's not a leap year. Okay, so it's 365 days. I've been using this example forever because it's just a basic, simple example that you can just grab right away. What's the 8th day of the week? Name the 8th day. Okay, we got 7 days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now, what's the 8th day?
Couldn't answer that.
Right, exactly. And nobody will. Nobody will. So we got 7 days we know of. And we talking about this how many days in the year again? 365 days. Okay, well, name the other 358. Because we can't say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, get to Sunday, and start over again with Monday and say that's we don't do that with money, do we?
We do that with the piano, the notes in the piano. After 7 notes, we start another octave, but the octave is the same note as the beginning note from the previous octave, but just at a higher tone. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's still, now check this out. That still is aligning up, making sense. You know why? Because if we gonna say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's 7 days. We need that 8th day. When we get to Monday, we can't say Monday is the 8th day. We've already counted Monday. Because it's like I say, yeah, they try to do that with the piano, but that still don't make sense because once again, with money, we can't do that. If I owe you $100, if I owe you $200, I can't go 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 and flip it over and go 120, 140, 160, 180, 200. You're gonna be like, where the rest of my money at?
Right.
All day. You're gonna be like, because we should better do that with money then. Like, okay, well, if that's the case, well, why can't we do that with money? Why can't we do that with no? We say if it's 365 days, okay, we know 7 days. So we need to know the rest of those days. If we ain't got the rest of the days, that means it's only 7 days in the year. So okay, if I'm 30 years old, 7 days in the year, so that means I'm 210 days old. That don't. Now I'm all fucked up. Okay, and if I don't want to use that, okay, let's use this. What calendar are we using to measure time? Right now, the calendar that we are using is called the Gregorian calendar. In the Gregorian calendar, they set time back 8 years. Now, who is they to set time back? Let's not forget that these are people that, just like me and you now, and these motherfuckers set time back 8 years. So that means even right now, if you 30, you really what? 20, 22? If you 20, you really what? 12? Because based upon the Gregorian calendar, the time was set back 8 years. Okay, so anywhere it go, that's what I'm saying. You're like, well, what time is it? What calendar are we using? How are we? There's too many different calendars we can measure this shit in, and it's like, no, none of that makes sense.